Alright, it's like 9 p.m. and I am going out to the night market in the bar district by myself because Carson is a little bit sick and he also doesn't drink. So I'm gonna go see what I can find. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so we're gonna figure it out. Alright, so we're here on Bangkok Road, which is like Carson Road. That street was less like Carson Road and more like a red light district. I still haven't eaten, so I'm looking for food. I'm starving. Crossing the street by myself was the scariest thing I ever had to do. There's crosswalks, but the cars don't stop here, so you just have to go. Almost got hit twice. This sticky rice is genuinely like my favorite thing in the entire world. So I'm gonna eat it by the water. We're sitting here having our 7-Eleven lunch again. We're having our classic lunch of these like paninis that they grill up to you, but usually they cost like 25 to 35 baht for just like one sandwich, right? But then Carson yesterday found a 2-pack. One was ham and cheese and one was spinach and cheese, so it's like it was made for us, and we've been eating them every day. They're so good.
Amazing, a great deal.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, the 2-pack is 40, so it's like it's like half price. We also get these Greek yogurts, so that's been like our go-to breakfast slash lunch, is like the paninis and these yogurts. It's so good. Alright, so the one thing this beach has is waves. Carson loves the big waves, so I'm gonna try to take the camera in. I've been getting better at swimming in them and diving under them, so we'll see. I'll try to take the camera in and see. Oh, I got my sunglasses on still. We're gonna try to go for a little swim, see if we can get some diving action. Spice up this vlog a little bit. This beach has a decent riptide, so it's kind of hard to swim. Even Carson said that. That's not me being silly. Basically nothing now, but they'll come in like groups of like 6 and just absolutely slap you. Carson loves the beach with the waves. This is his favorite. Alright, Carson and I built a sand castle. We've got a little moat. That's Carson.
And a tower. A big castle with a door. And my castle. And my little barracks for the poor people with a fence.
This is apparently the poor people's quarters. It's officially our last day in Thailand, which means our last 7-Eleven on the beach. So I got my classic fried bananas with coconut sugar. But Carson,
I got like butter sugar bread that they heat up for you, and it's like an ultimate delicacy. It's like those rotis we got. It's so good.
so we've been seeing them in every 7-Eleven and have never gotten them. It's changed my life. It's so good. Alright, so I don't know what's happening, but they're taking everyone out of the water. That man's screaming. Well, we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know why they got everyone out of the water. We waited around for a little bit to try to get a conclusion on that scenario. I didn't want to leave the vlog on a cliffhanger. But we are also left on a cliffhanger, so we don't know either. Menaces at the currency exchange because we exchanged like 1,200-ish baht and 10 and 1,000 Japanese yen, and we were just trying to get as much USD as we could get for the border crossing tomorrow. The visa on arrival costs $30 US. We had $30 US and we were able to get 36 for the yen and the Thai baht we have left, and we have 70 Thai baht left. So we can get some street food tonight because we've just been hoarding our money, hoping that it was going to be enough to get the US dollars that we need in Cambodia, because Cambodia uses US dollars. They have their own currency, but everything is done in US dollars, which is kind of weird. So we fixed that problem. Everything's looking good, except for the letter. So now we have our takeout and we're sitting back at the beach hoping to catch the sunset, but it's a little cloudy. It would be a beautiful sunset if we could catch it, because it's going to be setting literally right in front of us. So we'll see. But we have actually really not liked Phuket at all. So that's how I'm going to close off this vlog, is explaining what we don't like about it. First off, I was just telling Carson, this beach, Patong Beach, fills me with such rage, unlike anything I felt before, just because of the amount of like people selling you things, but specifically the people selling you jet skiing and paragliding, because they have the entire beach essentially roped off for no swimming, except for tiny little like 50-foot sections, not even 50 feet, like 25-foot sections where you're allowed to swim. And even then, they don't even respect the swimming areas. They will drive the boats in the swimming areas. They will have the ropes from the parasailing going through the swimming areas, so you have to be careful. They'll be landing the parasailing right next to you and then like walk around whistling at you to get you to move. It's so annoying. The entire beach is filled with jet skis. I absolutely hate it. The entire town of Patong is also super, super touristy, and Carson and I are never the first people to criticize something for being touristy, but this is like to the max. I was explaining it as like the entire town is a resort in Mexico, but all the bad parts of a resort in Mexico, and nothing is all inclusive because the prices are so expensive. Like not even good deals in Canada expensive. So we've hated that.
All the bad parts of Thailand to an extreme, and none of the good parts. Well, there's the one good part, like there's a pretty beach and a bit of pretty landscape, but nothing compared to the rest of Thailand. It's just, yeah, like you're walking down the street and it's so many tourists walking around, not know what they're doing, and just sellers. Things like, we saw a burger for 15 Canadian dollars, which is more than I would even consider paying at home.
Yeah.
This stupid stuff, like there's no good authentic Thai food. super cheap. Like you can't even find it. I was reading people said like all the people who like ran their little small stores and small food carts that sold just real Thai food for cheap just left because there was no market for it because none of the tourists wanted it. So it's that kind of place, right? It's just not at all what we came here for.
Yeah.
And yeah, usually we don't complain about things being touristy, but it's just so, it's the most touristy place I feel like I've ever been in my life. It's like Disneyland levels of tourism.
So, I mean, that being said, if you are going to come to Phuket, we made the mistake of staying first in Phuket town, which was the wrong move. We just thought because it's the biggest area, it would be really popular, and I'd recommend maybe doing one day there because the old town was really cool. We found a really nice noodle shop that we went to a bunch of times for their soups. But if you are going to come to Phuket and stay on the island itself and not just go straight to like the islands out in the ocean, I would recommend staying somewhere on the west side that has all of the pretty beaches. Like Carson Beach and Patong Beach is okay, that sort of thing. So just note that if you're planning a trip to Phuket, don't stay in the town because there's nothing to do. Or just do what most people do and come to Phuket just to go to the PP Islands or PP Islands, whatever they are. It's 3:45 on August 1st, which means that our 30 days in Thailand are up and we are headed to our 4th country of the trip. Our flight is at 8:30 a.m. and it's an hour drive to get there. So we are up extra early this travel day. Let's get these bags packed up. It's now around 4 a.m. The bags are packed up. Travel days where we're taking an airplane are always really bad because we have to pack weight conscious, so everything that I'm shoving in my pockets goes in a weird place in the bag. I still have to shove my laptop in my pants when we go through if they weigh our bags, but the good thing about the jeans is that they have deeper pockets and 4 pockets as opposed to the 2 that my leggings had. So that's looking good. Carson's ordering the Grab right now. We're headed off to the airport. They said get there 3 hours early, even though we're flying through Bangkok first, so technically it's a domestic flight. But that's what we're doing. And hopefully this travel day goes off without a hitch. I do not like flying on the low-cost carriers, but they sure are low cost. The other new addition to my travel outfit for weight, I realized that the keychain and the AirTag actually weigh quite a bit, so I'm gonna clip them to my pants. So now I jingle when I walk. And if Carson got the app, he could technically see where I am all the time so I don't get lost in the airport. So I'm gonna have to remember to unclip that when I go through security, but that's an easy fix. I kind of have the process of what needs to come out of my bag and into my pockets really figured out so I don't have to check my bag. So we'll see. The biggest one is the laptop, I'm telling you. Hi! Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god, it's cold.
5 a.m. Made it to the airport. It's freezing inside the terminal. So domestically, you don't have to go through document check with the low-cost carrier, so AirAsia check-in counter, but we do have to check in at the kiosk to convert our barcodes that we got emailed into our actual plane tickets. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so this is the boarding pass and we've got to scan it. Confirm.
Good job, Hannah.
Thanks. Alright, so we have our boarding passes. We've got 2 for the Phuket Bangkok leg and the Bangkok Siem Reap leg. So now we are heading to domestic departures. We printed our boarding passes and then we tried to go through security, but it turns out the situation with our connecting flight to Siem Reap in Cambodia is kind of like when you fly to the US from Canada and we have to clear immigration in Phuket even though we're connecting through Bangkok, which is really weird. So we are going to go do that now. Just cleared immigration / passport control and security in the international terminal. Everything seems to be one big building, so we can get to our domestic gate within the international terminal. So that is what we're doing now, but it was a bit weird. They gave us little stickers that say fly through so that the crew knows that we are connecting. I really like the sticker culture in Asia. Everyone gives you stickers so they know who you belong to.
Kindergartners, which is true, so
yeah,
it's very smart.
So after like 2 hours of just sitting in the airport, we finally got through the gates. They didn't weigh our bags. The first leg of this flight is only like an hour and 10 or 20 minutes, so it should be over before we know it. They didn't weigh our bags this time either, so we have yet to get our bags weighed. That's knock on wood though, because we still have one more flight, one more gate to cross through. So we didn't have to go around with the whole reorganizing thing, but so far so good. The gate was kind of weird though. It was like we had to walk downstairs. They had it all roped off until they were ready to scan our boarding passes, so we were just kind of sitting like open in the airport for a long time. There's also like maybe 30 people walking to the plane, so I don't, and it's an A320, so I don't know if they downsized the plane or what's going on, but there's like no one here. Okay, so we figured out what happened, what I think is what happened. They sent us to the international terminal to board because we're connecting on internationally from Bangkok, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the people that are on the plane are just boarded from the domestic terminal because we're walking really far ways, and I think we're going back to the domestic terminal.
We're in the domestic terminal right now.
Oh yeah, we are. So I think that's what happens. I think they just segregated all of us off that are flying internationally. Okay, here we are on the plane.
Little jump.
Just like with Peach, you know, legroom's okay for me, not as good for Carson. But when is the legroom ever good for Carson? Oh no, it'll be fun. It's like an hour-long flight. Nothing to worry about. Good thing no one's nervous. We made it. It wasn't bad.
It's good. You know, your average 1 hour flight.
Oh, but don't worry. Everyone has to stand up as soon as the seatbelt sign comes up. It's an experience that crosses cultural boundaries. So we just got off the plane. We're wearing our cute little transfer stickers, and no one has come to collect us as they have promised. So we're walking towards where it says transfer, and hopefully someone will find us. They'll spot us, their children, and come collect us. We found it. We are going to be connected. We're collected. That's me. That's my sticker says. Not only was there someone to collect us, they had big signs saying fly through passengers this way. And we have to follow the sign that says CIQ passengers. We're trying to figure out, the I probably stands for international, but who knows what C and Q stand for. So, yeah. So far, everyone that works for AirAsia is very, very nice. And they've never weighed our bags, so they're very nice because our bags look heavy. Carson, there's a 7-Eleven. Oh, okay, I was just gonna update the vlog and say that this segment's for Taylor, called the We Haven't Eaten Anything Today Yet. And Kirsten says that it's fun to fast on travel days, but I'm really hungry and I've been hoping there's a 7-Eleven in the airport, and there is. So we are gonna go check that out. Man, oh, but I don't know if we can get to it.
You can't, that's outside.
We can't, I got my hopes up for nothing. Well, looks like we're just not gonna eat today again.
That was for
not
Taylor.
Till Cambodia. Alright, so this is our flight. Right there. In Chinese, you can't see. Let's wait. Let's wait. There we go. Siem Reap, 12:55. That's like... Oh. 12:55, it's like a 30 to 50 minute flight. That's an appropriate amount of time to not eat. We'll probably eat around 3 today. What do you think, Taylor? Leave a comment down below, just for you. Okay, side update. I got a croissant because I was hungry and I didn't want to get all the way to Cambodia and be stressed out and tired and not be able to find any vegetarian food. So I got a croissant and I have to justify it because Kirsten's making me feel bad about it. and it's my vlog, so I can say whatever I want to say.
That's not true.
It is true. Carson's making me feel bad about it, saying a lot of mean things. So we've been waiting in the Bangkok airport now. We're about to board in like 10 minutes. This flight is supposed to be super quick. It's supposed to leave at 1:05 and land at 1:55. Get into the gate around 2:10. But looking at the previous flights, some days, yesterday it took 40 minutes of flying time as opposed to 50 that it's predicting today. And the day before that, and the day before that, it was only 30. So it could be a really quick flight. We'll see. About to board. And then we're finally done this terrible, terrible travel day. It's been very long. What do you think, Susan?
It's a fine day. Just waiting around in airports like you do. I'm excited.
I'm excited to get to Cambodia. Last time getting my passport and boarding pass this day. I don't think they're going to wear our bags. Hi. Thank you. And we didn't weigh our bags. We haven't gotten our bags weighed this entire time. What I'm saying is that there's just simply not enough people to weigh the bags. At least that's what we've experienced so far. And I hope that stays true. But we don't have to take a plane now for like 4 months. So we're kind of safe on the weight situation. Alright, we just landed in Cambodia. We're walking down to the little bus that's going to take us to the terminal.
Another country.
We're officially in another country. This is our 4th country of the trip. The plane ride was a little bumpy, but I did so good. Carson and I had to sit separately. Alright, so we are in our tuk-tuk now from the airport. Immigration control was wild. They took up 2 full pages of our passports.
And they have 7 people. And they pass your passport down in line of 7 people after you pay them.
It was insane. By far the most insane and like time-consuming process. We were lucky because we were at the front of the line. But if you were, it just took so long for everyone to like examine it. Anyways, we're now in our tuk-tuk. Our driver that will be taking us around Angkor Wat said he'd pick us up from the airport. So he was there with a little sign with our names on it. And we're officially in Cambodia now.
We made it.
We're having our first food from Cambodia. We stopped by a bakery. I got a coconut bun, which was 1,000 real, which is like 80 cents.
That's 30 cents.
30 cents.
I don't know what I got. Like a little hot dog bun thing, but it's filled with maybe shredded meat. It's really good. It was fresh.
And this was 1,500, 2,000?
Yeah.
2,000, so like 60 cents. We read online about the Cambodian sandwiches and we got some. Carson got one with meat and I got one without meat. So I'm very glad that I could have one to try it.
Delicious.
Very good. I got myself really excited, but it turns out they actually didn't understand. They seem like they did, and it's just got lots of meat just all up in there, not even picking outable. So I'm not going to be able to eat this. Carson might. We also got some ice cream from a really nice man.